the first official tour of a pond and the pond project, I was saying. I just noticed the water reflecting and thought to myself that could really do with clearing, and then every time I walked past subsequently I kept thinking those trees really need clearing. Yeah, that just kept happening, and then I thought, well, but I don't want to do it. This has happened so quickly. I was thinking about it early October last year, and then I walked with a friend and they mentioned to me about the makeshift funding. I applied for that last minute, just got that in and got the funding. But you know, you could over time just do this by hand without any money. All you need is, you know, people. Makes people perhaps believe in it more, and it's not just you know, Julie that lives up the road. I don't think many people know. No. And there are parts of the year when it drains entirely, and it, you know, you wouldn't know that about the water. So I'm taking you to, it seems quite a dangerous bit, but I just want to show you the pond from this angle, because the whole of Sainsbury's supermarket is a filtration system, which was news to me. And so the water comes right up to the car park. I assumed that there would have been a pipe under the Sainsbury's car park leading to the next pond in Carwood, but it's not. Because of the petrol station, I had to have a filter put in place because of possible, you know, chemicals and stuff. Yeah. So it filters under the car park and then comes through into Carwood. First part of the project is a litter pick, and then whilst people are picking up litter they can find out about the place and get to know the area. I am going to be taking you through like a few hedges backwards. I don't know if it's possible, but I would like a boardwalk around this section so that people can go circle the entire pond. Yeah, so this bit right here would become a boardwalk. Okay. And the idea was you could go around in a circle, and that was like a meditative thing to go to walk around in a circle and then stop at the pause points and ponder. Yeah. So originally there was a pond called Hall Dam from Butterley Hall, which was now where Sainsbury's is, and that's gone, unfortunately. That's underneath Sainsbury's, and there's like memories of like that's where locals used to learn to swim and stuff like that. It was much bigger. Oh wow. And then this one was saved because of the great crested newt about 30 years ago, and then it's just been left. And because there's no ponds need management because trees will naturally encroach, and because that hasn't happened, that's blocked out the light, blocked out the oxygen, and I don't know if there's much signs of life in it or not. It doesn't look like it. No. And so the idea is if you clear it, bring back the light, and then the newts will come back. If we can create like a corridor to the nearest known great crested newts in Derbyshire so that they can return. This is a ghost pond. When it sort of you can tell that there's like a depression in the ground, and it refills at certain times of the year, whereas a zombie pond is like still there but dead because it's got no light, but this comes and goes, hence why it's a ghost. So this is the old coach road, the original coach road, and that would be the way that you do go to the pond, the easy way from Sainsbury's car park. The road, you can see it continues down there, and it was the coach road for Butterley Hall. Like in the 1700s, it would be literally coaches, coach and horses to the hall. And then this roundabout, possibly, I've got a friend who's a sculptor and a commissioner to do a really large sculpture to represent the fish ponds, the medieval fish ponds. So all of this is where that path would be, and you've got this little wooded area. So if you imagine if you were coming, and this is why it works for wheelchair users as well, because you've got a definite path, and this first bit you'd make hard standing, so, and the idea was there'd be a little bit there that was hard standing that you could come and sit and ponder, so it's accessible to everybody. And then you'd have some benches around for generally, but if you can see I think these are bluebells coming through. So there's all sorts of rubbish here, but it's all part of the experience. Can you see that metal pond edging? Yeah. I believe this is probably made by Butterley Engineering, and it was going to be taken for the war effort, but somehow that didn't happen, and it's still here. And it kind of shows how important this pond was for them to have put that edging there. Yeah. Councillor Tony Holmes is looking for photos, and I thought you could have like a project like Love Letters to Ripley, where people are writing their memories and you have an exhibition and so on. And I've learnt that we're okay to keep the northeast trees. It's the ones from the west and the south that need clearing. So these are the ones. It's all about getting the light into the pond, and these are the ones we'd want to. That edge we'd want to clear so the sun can come right in. The path continues through here. We just need to cut a path through, and then one day I'd like it to go onto the boardwalk, so you've got an entire circular route. I think I should have signed like a waiver form for like insurance purposes. If you trip over a bramble, it's not my fault. And then here, if you see these two pillars, because this was a turnpike road and like a toll, people had to pay a toll. So I want to include those on the sign, because it's another reason to come and visit, because the coach road's of interest as well. So it would include about the coach road and these pillars. It would also be about the actual ponds, the mental health benefits of water. Yeah, because I want to do like the poetry walks and the photography walks for mental health and all that, and there's so and it needs to be like before, during and after. There's the mental health side, the nature side, the history side, and there's also like the biology side, the wildlife. And the medieval monks and fish ponds would all be on the information board. But then it is quite a lot involved with all the all the ponds, so I suppose there's enough for everybody. And that's when people can get to know each other from the litter picking, and also get to know the area and kind of claim it as their own. I'm hoping that by connecting with it, then they'll want to take care of it as well.